Okay, so it's already 4 minutes past, and we'll be starting with the websites call. So every Monday we do have websites call, and we have around half a dozen of websites, ranging from React Gatsby to Jekyll, and we talk about issues and progress or updates on those websites. And so I have dropped the link to the, and Lee has also dropped the link to the meeting minutes. So if you don't have access, just uh, ping us. So we'll give you access, and drop down your names in the meeting minutes. And yeah, I think we'll be starting. So I guess we have enough. So we have enough people. I Anshuman, is this your first call today?
Um, no, this might be Anshu's first websites meeting, but he's been kind of busy on Meshri docs. So, Anshu, do you want to say hi though to introduce yourself on this call?
Hello.
Anshu,
Yeah.
hey, we can hear you.
Yeah. Hey, my name is Anshuman Babzat. Uh, I am basically IT developer, or you can say junior at IT services. Uh, am I audible?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, this is for website. This is my second meeting. I attended from anonymous my next email ID. But yeah, this is my first meeting.
Cool. Welcome to the websites call. We'll go through the today's topics. So if you guys feel you have any topics to discuss, you can just drop down your topics in the list, and we can discuss over it. So moving on, the first topic is by Lee about remove the launch category on discuss. So Lee, would you?
Oh yeah, yeah. Let me share. By the way, if you guys have seen this on the rest of the calls, always share, or don't be stingy. Share. So there was I had. So you guys are, I hope, aware that Josh in particular, but a few other folks had collaborated to create this new, well, to stand up a new instance of discourse. And I think, well, let me ask this. So Nitish, Tanuj, Anshu, Nikhil, are all of you guys signed up on this site?
Yeah, I have.
I thought so. Yeah. Okay. Oh,
Yep, me too.
nice. Good. Okay. And so anyway, so Josh has and others have been considering how it is that this is, so it's styled and configured and different plugins and backups and a number of considerations as to how we should run this and how do we get activity going and so one of the, as the site has, so there's two of these sites. There's the production site, discuss.layer5.io, and then there's the staging site, staging-discuss.layer5.io. The staging site is actually missing a change recently. We ended up updating the logo here, not that this is really important, but just to say that the staging site is for purposes of, well, testing. Staging is probably the wrong word. It's probably more like dev or is what this one is for. But it's one of those things that's going on. I think you guys will talk about later. But I was on the site and had considered that one of the default one of the default categories, each of these are categories of topics. It was a private category And you can see this one here, it's called staff. And so private category for staff discussions. It's visible to admins and moderators. And by the way, I'm hopeful that some of you will become moderators at some point, like as you familiarize with the projects. Hopefully you will. Josh is seeking out captains of community to help curate activity, to curate answers, help with the activities. And anyway, so getting to my point was, there was a private forum category called lounge. And it was described as, well, let's click the link one more time, this link right here. Because I have to admit, I already took action and deleted this. So I hope this is okay. The lounge was for any user that had reached a trust level of 3, meaning, and how do you reach that trust level is like you join, you make some comments, you create some threads, you respond kindly, or you do so within a certain amount of time frame as well. Like it's just the system itself works like that. And by default, if you'd reached that level, then you'd be able to access the lounge, like this special category in which community members of a certain rank could converse privately. It's like, well, I don't think we really need this. Like, I don't think that's not what we're trying to do. We're trying to talk publicly as much as possible, and acknowledging that not all conversations can be public, but most of them. And so, does anyone disagree? Does anyone feel strongly that we should retain something like this, that all community members of a certain level need a private place to chat kind of behind the scenes? I guess I had thought that was more like Slack and some, direct messaging there. Does anyone disagree with that? Did anyone think we should keep this? No one wants to argue with me this morning? Is that
Actually, I feel that your point is right. So the main purpose of having a website like this is that you will be able to keep track of all those things that we have done, right? So in that case, if we want to discuss something personal, then we could use Slack or something else. So that's what I was feeling.
Yeah, that's my sentiment as well. And yeah, you're right. Like that's a large part of the reasoning behind why the site was created in the first place, was because we chat a lot in Slack and publicly, and so there's some private chats that go on. That's a natural thing. Hopefully most of the chats that we all have are as public as possible, just so that everyone learns, everybody gets a chance, an equal opportunity to engage, all that. And so, yeah. So, yeah. It didn't seem like we needed that. Okay, good. That was my quick topic.
Okay, so by the time I was just looking around to the stats from Discuss, and I found that we have already crossed 50 user mark. Like we have already 55 users on discuss.layer5.io.
Nice.
Yeah, so congratulations to all the community members, because it's possible because of all of the members. And yeah, so yeah, if you can scroll down, you can just see that thing.
Nice.
The users per trust level.
Oh, I see.
Left bottom.
Oh, there it is. Nice. I was just looking at my content and how popular my content is. I was just, no, I'm kidding. That's fantastic. Yeah, good. Actually, like to the earlier point about being open, like right now, this call is being recorded, and while we don't want to leak anyone's personal info, but some anonymous statistics like this, this is something that Josh might end up, over time, end up sharing more broadly, because it's it's a community forum. So, to all of you, especially you that are discussing and assisting here, it becomes interesting to see what's going on, how well things are doing, or what people are interested in, or, and so, something that might be shared. Cool. Josh, I'm gonna.
Yeah. So yeah.
I'm gonna stop
Yeah.
sharing
Please
if
go
I
ahead.
can.
Okay.
And
I'll share my screen. Yeah. So moving on. We do have the next topic. That's by Rustman Gal. I I don't remember his name. So it's about the Twitter feed on Discuss. So I don't think it's present. Is it present today?
I don't think so.
Okay, so we'll just have a look into what he's been trying to achieve. So yeah, so this is the section that he's working on. This is the embedding the Twitter timeline on the discussion forum. So he has already done this on the staging discuss website. So this is basically, as Lee mentioned, for testing purposes, for trying out new stuff, and then we can migrate these changes onto the discuss.layer5.io. So if you guys also, any one of you wants to have like think that there should be improvements in any design layout or have any additional components, then you can just ping me. I'll give you admin access to the staging website, and then you can bring out some changes that we can reflect on our discussion forum. So the Twitter section, he has implemented this with the use of like with the use without the use of API. He has made a component to fetch data directly from Twitter. And so like there are a couple of methods to do this, and I might myself seen one of those methods. So I think we'll provide him feedback on Slack instead, because as is not present over here. So basically, if any one of you want to just look into or want to learn about the same thing, you can just visit, like you can just look into the repo from which we are getting this thing. So I'll just show you once. So this is the discourse Twitter feed component, theme component that he has created, which is being used for generating the Twitter timeline or on staging discuss. So if you guys want to have a look into it, you can just have a look into it. So yeah, that's broadly for that topic, and I guess we'll provide him feedback on Slack in case he's not present yet. And we'll move on to the next topic, that's by Nikhil and many others who are already working on the LearnNG. So just to give a brief about the initiative, so LearnNG is I'll just show because visuals are more effective. So LearnNG is basically an initiative to have learning paths. So currently we already have a section or a collection of books and workshops and labs that are Katacoda instances to learn working with Meshery and other service meshes. So we also look forward to have learning paths through which you will have the entire a path from the beginning to the end of learning things regarding Meshery and other service meshes. So Nikhil and a few others are already working on this project, and you can see the progress currently on layer5.io/learnng. So we'll discuss on what's the status update on the thing. So Nikhil, if you can just, if you wish to share, you can.
You can share this thing, no problem with that.
Yeah, no problem. Okay.
So yeah, everyone. So today, recently I have opened a new Epic issue. We are in like the designs are flowing in. We have few of the designs and most of the components are already migrated. And to start off with an actual complete course, I've recently opened an Epic issue which would simply involve you to move data from one of the already present repositories, that is SQ Service Mesh Workshop, to the Learn site. Eh, if it is an epic and people can send out PRs migrating one of the chapters for the course, and where each chapter would represent a lab in the HTML workshop. So, just if you could open that link in the issue, the HTML service workshop. Yeah. So we have multiple labs over here, and these labs will represent a chapter in that course, and each lab is a MD file, which basically has all the details to how to set up the service mesh, issue service mesh, and start off with using it. So anyone who wants to go through the course, anyone who wants to migrate, take on this issue, simply needs to convert this MD file to MDX file in for the Learn site, and we will be ready with a complete course. For sample design is attached there. If you click on the sample design.
So if it's a Figma file, I don't think it would load in the time on my laptop.
Okay, okay. Actually, it doesn't have much. It's just a sample design how the page would look like. I can share the link in the chat itself. Just for people who don't have access, can ping me on Slack. I will grant you access for the Figma. You all can see the site as well, the design as well. So that's the latest initiative that is on the way. Apart from that, Chinmay is working on the courses page, and I have a pending work on the sidebar component. But if anyone experienced with React and wants to take up working on this issue, I will share the link. You are feel free to comment on it, and I will share it, and I will assign that issue.
Okay, so basically we'll be opening up multiple issues after the course gets added, like the sample course gets added. So, and we also have issues revolving around the React thing. Like this issue is specific to the data migration. It won't involve much of React knowledge, so you can do it if you don't have any expertise in React as well. It would be just converting MD to MDX and having few components, but not in-depth React knowledge. But there are other things where little React knowledge would be required, and we do have issues, or we do have components around them where, as Nikhil mentioned, Chinmay is already working on. So if you guys want to take up those issues as well, you can just ping, you can just ask on website's channel on Slack either, or you can just ping Nikhil or Chinmay or me. Will just guide you to those issues. And yeah, if you don't have access to the Figma project, you can ping any one of us, me or Nikhil, and we'll give you access to it as well. So in continuation to the topic, there is status update from Anita as well. Anita is present, I guess.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, so you want to talk about what's the status on recent improvements on the Learn NG initiative?
Oh, yeah. Well, the last changes that we made was to add the call to participation and call to join discourse features. And so far, I took the content side of each courses of the courses there, but I'm not really familiar with Gatsby, so I'm really having a hard time implementing that feature, and that's where I am right now. And yeah, that's. I think you should click on the courses there. That's the part. Yeah, yeah. By this side, the content area, the other side, the left.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm supposed to implement this in the other courses, but I'm not really familiar with mapping this in Gatsby.
Okay, so you are having trouble with the GraphQL query, I think.
Yes.
Okay, no issues. Okay, so as if you are not aware, so Gatsby is basically React, and from the data comes from GraphQL queries. So if you are familiar with it or want to learn, so as I mentioned, there are issues similar to one which Anita is working, and you can just jump on those issues and take up and work on them. And I think, yeah, that's all from the Learn NG initiative for now. Next, we do have Adi and Aditya on restructuring the mesh-rich ETL docs. Is any one of them present? Okay, I guess no one is present from them. So we'll have to add this topic to the next meeting. So just a brief about mesh-rich ETL docs. So these are based on Jekyll. Uh, they are like, you can just visit them on docs.mesh. So they are similar to the mesh docs and mesh CTL commands. Yeah, so this is the thing, I guess. And we do have two or three items apart from the ones we discussed, but we don't have the contributors present, so I don't think we'll be discussing on them. So moving on, we can just discuss on the uh, improvements that Nikhil has been trying to make on the Get Nighthawk website and the Mesh Docs website. So Nikhil Sharma, if you can just guide us through what all changes you have made on the website.
Okay, so the recent I think issue I've solved is the homepage icon. I think
Okay.
like I've changed the homepage logo and the text.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
images like the old image was cropped. No, above yes, that one.
yeah. Okay.
And also like if you go down, and yes, like the toolbar was not like closing previously, but now I've changed it so that you can open it and also close it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's yes. So this issue was also in the docs and section also.
Okay, so you updated the logo on the
Yes,
docs
so
as
the
well.
section. Yeah, okay. I think we have to upgrade that one also.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
so
guess yeah, so I guess there was an open issue uh for the extra space and the overlap of this section.
Yeah, someone took this issue. I would ask him how he's going with it.
yeah, actually, I think there is someone else assigned for that program issue. I think. Yeah, this one.
Okay, so Anita, if you can ping and ask for progress, else we can assign this issue to someone else if the assignee is busy right now. Then
All right. I wanted to mention something.
yeah.
Yeah, on the Figma design, it seems like there are like so many things that are ought to be done by designers, but we don't usually create designer-based issues. And sometimes when designers come into the community, they see that, okay, the GitHub does not have design issues. So they're like, okay, they don't need designers in this community.
Yeah, that's a nice point. I guess we can have a separate tag for those things, and we can have those issues listed on the repo itself, where like we do have the tags currently showing the kind or area test, so we can have one having the area design for the designers. Yeah, that's a nice point. I guess we'll talk about it and we can implement those things as well.
All right.
Yeah, then moving on from Get Nighthawk, we have the Meshery docs as well, meshery.io, where I have seen multiple PRs open. Yeah, so I guess they are yet to be merged, so we can talk about it as well. Nikhil, if you want to talk about this.
Actually, this one was already signed. So I think you can close this PR, which is solving this.
Okay, and the so I guess I saw multiple of them have already been approved but are waiting for merge. So I'll look into it and I'll do the required things for them. And yeah, so good to see you taking up the issues and by yourself and making those changes on both the websites. And yeah, if you are interested for the React Gatsby work, then you are welcome out there as well.
Yeah, sure. I will look into that project today.
Okay, cool. Okay, apart from the websites, I think we are out of topics today. So if anyone wants to discuss anything about websites or want to ask any issues on how to work on or how to contribute on multiple websites, you can just ask right now, because I guess me, Nikhil, Ladha, and Tanuj, so we three are almost familiar with all of the websites and can guide you through contributing them. Okay, so okay, then if there's no doubts, then we can, I guess we can wind up today's meeting before time, and that would be a record for us, if I'm not wrong, Nikhil.
I believe so. I think this will be the shortest meeting in history.
It has been done earlier, but it has been a long time since we did that. So yeah, it will be very good.
So as Lee is not on call, we can say that if Lee is not present, we do work fast.
All right. Josh, can I meet you later so you could give me probably a brief explanation on how I can work around with the GraphQL?
Yeah, no problem. We can talk about it as well.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, then if there is nothing else to discuss, so we'll be winding up on today's meeting and looking forward for more than the issues and more time we can spend on into the next websites meeting the next Monday. And yeah, so I think this is because we do have less number of issues open, so we get less topics currently. So we'll try to open up more issues on the work that needs to be done, and we can have the things for the next meeting. Yeah, so that would be all for today's meeting. Thank you all for joining, and see you in the next websites meeting and next community meetings if you attend those.
All right. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye, Jason.